All right, Dr. R here, answering another EPI question. So take a minute to push pause and try answering the question as well as the incorrect and correct answer choices. So again, let's start off with the lead-in. Can we answer this question with just the lead-in? What is the independent variable in this study? So no, we can't. Going to have to go up to the question stem. Let's take a look at the question answer choices. Remember, we're looking for the independent variable. So we're going to be looking at all of these are potentially different variables. But they're also talking about groups here. So I don't know, these might not be variables. So we'll take a look. Remember, independent variable. A group of researchers conducted a study to investigate whether a new drug could improve memory in patients with Alzheimer's disease. Okay, so we have a drug hopefully improving memory in Alzheimer's. So right off the bat, we can just say that we don't need to even read the rest of this, and we could save our time to move on to another question, because we're looking for independent variable versus dependent variable. The independent variable is going to be in the causal pathway, right? This is the causal pathway. The independent variable is going to be the variable that as a researcher we change or we manipulate or that we have included to then see what the impact or outcome is. So in this case, it is the new drug, and that is going to be the independent variable. And in this case, the dependent, right, which it is dependent on this new drug, is going to be the memory. And if we were to draw that out in an X and Y axis, we would have the new drug here. Maybe we have increasing dose over time or something, or we have the dose of the drug here, but then on the Y we're going to have the memory, right? And so the hope is that as we give the dose of the drug, the memory is going to go up. So hopefully we have something like that. So really that just answers the question. We're going to be looking at the independent and the dependent, and we don't have to go any further. But let's go back here and take a look at the control group. Well, the control group is not related to independent or dependent, right? So go back to the question stem. They randomly assigned 100 patients, right? So they have 100 patients and they randomly assign them with Alzheimer's disease. So they have Alzheimer's. To the experimental group and the control group, right? And so we would have 50 in each. The experimental group received the drug, so these guys got the drug, while the control group received the placebo. The researchers measured the patient's memory before and after. So then we would look at, they measured memory here and they measured memory there. And then they gave the drug somewhere in here, or maybe multiple times they gave the drug. The control group has nothing to do with independent or dependent. This is a grouping, not a variable, so that one's out. The experimental group, same thing, that is not a variable, that is a grouping. The new drug we said here is going to be the independent, so that is the correct answer. The patient's memory is going to be the dependent because the change that we are seeking, or the outcome variable, is the dependent, and it is dependent on what happens here with the new drug. So that is not the correct answer choice. And then placebo is a function. It is something that is given to this group in the control group. So it is not a variable as well. So yes, new drug is the answer.